Hello everyone, welcome back to A Programmer Plays Master Key. We are continuing on with playing through the Nonograms. Uh, Last session we managed to get all the way through number 99, so let's finish up with number 100, or 00, however you want to represent it. Then we'll go on to the B side. So, number 100 is a whopping 15 pixels wide by 15 pixels tall. We can see that there is an 11 over here on the right edge, which is great because that's only 4 pixels of wiggle room for it, and we can use this right edge to start extrapolating out a lot of our horizontals. We've got a horizontal 4 here, we've got a horizontal 3, a horizontal 2, 1, 1, 1, and 1. With these 3 pixels in place, we know where the rest of this 4 goes, which lets us know that this horizontal 4 over here has to come to at least here. We can also now take that and look at our vertical and say, well, those 3 have to be part of the vertical 4 here. But we know that that fits in there. That gives us a right edge for one of our horizontal 4s. Couldn't fit the 4 here, so this has got to be the 4. Look here and say, all right, got to be a vertical 4 here, so that closes that off and gives us a right edge for a horizontal 9 because we couldn't fit the 9 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With that in place, we can look at this vertical 4 and say, all right, have to be there, and that gives us a right edge for our horizontal 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We also now have 3 pixels ruled out for our vertical 11, so that means that we've got 3 more pixels here that we can work with. It doesn't really tell us much since we basically could have assumed that they were going to be 1s anyways, but it's the thought that counts. Looking at this row, again, we can see, alright, this calls for a horizontal 4, 3, 4. Well, we've got a 4 there, so that means that has to be it. It does mean that our vertical 11 has to fill in that pixel, so we're done with those 2. Our horizontal 4, 3, 4, there's not a whole lot of wiggle room for where it could go. 1, 2, 3, 4, space 1, 2, 3. There's 1 pixel of wiggle room, so the 3 is gonna have to fill up here and here, and the 4 is gonna have to fill up here. So with that in place, we can look at our verticals and say, we've got a vertical 6. That is gonna have to come down to at least here. Similarly, vertical 4 gonna have to come down to here. Vertical 4 here, got a top edge for it, so we can go ahead and close that out. Also got a top edge for this 4, so we can close that out. Vertical 3, 2, 2. Then we know that this has to be the next one, so that's going to be a 3. It's going to come down to here. 2 is going to have to come down to here. Because of this X here, we now know for sure where the 3 lies. And we also know where the 4 lies. This 3 completed, we can look at this 3 and complete it out. We can look at this row and say, 4, 5, 4. That actually only had one possible solution. It's gonna have to go like this. Get this horizontal 3, that has to go like that. The next one has to go like this, and this one has to go like this. Only one solution for that row. Looking at this column, we've got a vertical 6. Can't fit a 6 there. Got a top edge for the 6 here. That's that column. Nice and done. Use these pixels here to say, alright, well, this 2 is already completed, this 2 is completed, now this 2 and then 1. Put that in place. We've got our vertical 6 here completed. 1 more pixel for our vertical 4 and our horizontal 4. Now we can at this and say, all right, well, we need 2 horizontal 3s. One of them's going to fit here, can't fit anyone here. The other one's got to go here. With this pixel in place, we can look at our verticals again, say, all right, we need a vertical 4. That's got to go like this. And 3 is at least going to have to fill these in. This pixel lets us look at our horizontals, and we say horizontal 3 is going to have to come to at least here, which checks up against our vertical 3 that we need here. That's going to close that out. And that then tells us, all right, we need a horizontal 2, so this has to be filled in. Let's see, what else can we extrapolate? Looking vertically, we've got a 3, 3, 2, 3, so this has to be the second 3, so we're done with it. Looking vertically, we've got a 4, 4, 2, so this has to be the second 4. Looking vertically, we've got a 4, 2, 2, 2, so this has to be one of the 2s. That completes that out. Now we can look horizontally and say, all right, we need another 2, so that's got to be there. We need one more 2, and there's only 3 pixels left, so this pixel's going to have to be filled in. Vertically again, we've got this vertical 3, 3, 2, 3. Well, we've got the first 2 3s, so this has to be the 2. The 3 is going to have to fill in these pixels. Looking vertically again, we've got 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Well, we've got the 2, we've got the 3, so that means that this has to be 1. That doesn't leave a lot of room for where the 2 could go. Gonna have to fill in this. How much was that? All right, so this pixel here horizontally has to be part of that 2. 2 could go over to here, or it could go over to here. Either way, there's not room left on this side of the X for the 3. 3's got to be to the left of this spot, and we've got this pixel filled in, so that means it has to be here. Means that this pixel can't be occupied by anything because the 2 can't reach. With this pixel filled in, we can look at our verticals and say, all right, vertical 2 could not fit in here. This has to be part of our 2 there. Looking vertically again, we've got a vertical 3 that we can close out, which gives us the rest of what we needed to know about the horizontal 3. What gives us the rest that we needed to know about the vertical 2 tells us the rest that we needed to go about the horizontal 2. And so now we can look at the vertical 2 that we need, say that's going to have to go there. We can look at this one and say, all right, we need a horizontal 2 that can't fit there, so it's got to be here. Now we need a 1. This has to be the 1. 2 has to be over here somewhere. Looking vertically, we need a vertical 3. Well, that's going to fill in those pixels nicely. It does let us complete this row. We still need a 2 on this column, so that's going to go there. We need a 2 on this column, so that's going to go there. And it needs 1, so that's going to have to be right here. Looking at this column, can't really do anything. Looking at this column, we need a 2, so it's going to definitely fill in this pixel. Which lets us now look at our horizontal. We can say, all right, we need a 2, and that's going to have to be this guy. We can look at this and say, all right, we need a 3 and a 1. We don't know if this is part of the 3 or the 1, but if it's part of the 3, then it'll need space and then 1. And if it's part of the 1, then it'll have space on each side of it. So we know that this pixel can't be occupied. Looking at this one, we know that this is going to be the horizontal 2, which means that this has to be the horizontal 1. Means that we can look at our vertical and say we need 2 1s. All right, well, one of them's got to go right, which does complete our 3 here. Great. looking at our horizontal 2, 1, the 2 is going to have to fill in this pixel, with the 1 being somewhere in these two. This in place. We need a vertical 3, 1. The 3 is going to occupy these 2 pixels no matter what. That means our horizontal 2 that we need here can't occupy this spot. Looking at this column, we need 2 2s. So one of the 2s is going to have to fill in this spot. The other one's going to have to fill in this spot no matter what. Got 1 pixel wiggle room there. That means that we've completed this row. This row completed. We don't really have any information. Okay, here we go. Looking at this column, we need a 1, and there's only 1 pixel open, so it's going to have to go there. That tells us that this is definitely part of the 3 that we need horizontally, which means that the 3 can't reach over to here. That ruled out, that means that we know that this column has to go here. It means that we know where our 1 is. That means that we now know where this 1 is, which means that we now know where this horizontal 2 is, which means that we know where this horizontal 2 is, which means that we've completed that 3. We have only 1 space remaining for our 1 here, which means that know that these are both part of the 3, which means that we can complete them like so. That means that our vertical 3, 1 here, we know that this is part of the 3, and in either case, the 1's gonna have to be here. So we can X off on each side of it, because we know where it is. We now know where the 2 here is, the other 2. So we've now got that 1 completed horizontally, which look at our vertical 3 and say it's gonna be here. So we now know where our horizontal 2 is, like so. We've completed this row. With this filled in, we now know where our horizontal 2 goes. Great. Looking vertically, we can't fit a vertical 2 here, so it has to go here, which means that we've completed this row, which means that we need a pixel here to complete a vertical 3, and we're done. There we go. Nonogram 100 bag. It's crystal or something. I'm honestly not sure. Kind of expecting it to be the fox fig something, but it wasn't. So with that done, let's move on to B08 or 101. It's a little weird that it's B08, but B08 is 13 pixels wide and 13 pixels tall with a gimme of nothing across this row and nothing across this column. Does limit down our possibility space a lot. You know, let's X out some stuff. So we can't fit a 4 here, horizontal 8 here, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. And then similarly, looking vertically, can't fit a 4 here, or here, or here, 3 here, 2 here, 4, 8, or a 4 here. So, play area now shrunk down to essentially 11 pixels by 11 pixels. That means that there's 3 pixels of wiggle room on this horizontal 8. You can use that to then say, all right, the 7 vertically is gonna have to reach at least here. And couldn't fit a 2 above this, so this spot is X'd out. A vertical 6 is gonna have to reach to at least here. Vertical 5 is gonna have to reach to at least. Similarly, horizontal 7 would have to reach to at least here. So we fill that in. That means that the 7 can't reach to here. With it not reaching to there, that actually limits our playable area down just that. That's that row completed. With this row completed, we can say some more about the vertical 8 here. Vertical 8 would have to come down to at least here. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. It would also have to come up to at least here. Pretty sure that that then tells us this pixel has to be filled in because there's not another... No, it doesn't tell us that. About to get ahead of myself. Let's look over here. So this pixel being filled in tells us that the vertical 4 couldn't reach to here and couldn't reach to here. Looking over here, we've got a horizontal 6. That's going to have to reach to at least here. This horizontal 5 is going to have to reach to at least here. That tells us this vertical 7 is going to have to be like so. Much the way that the other one was. I think diagonally symmetric. Place we can do much the same as we did before, where we can say this horizontal 4 can't reach to here, couldn't. All right, on this 541, the 4 could be right here, but as you can see, that only leaves 2 pixels of wiggle room between it and the 5, assuming that the 5 is over here. So we can confidently say that the 4 is there. Quite confidently say that the 5 is there. The 4 could come 1 pixel further over here, or it could be 1 pixel over this way and the 5 could come over here. Either way, the 1 has to be. And we can draw a reciprocating shape on the vertical. So the same thing happens here, where the 5 has to reach up to at least here, the 4 has to fill these in, and the 1 has to be here. With that 1 in there, we can X out a lot of horizontals and verticals, outer edge. Looking at this vertical 4, we've got this pixel filled in and this pixel filled in, which means that the rest of it has to be like that. That's that column done. Same thing with this row. It's just the same thing flipped over to the side. And with that in place, we can start ruling out a lot of stuff like we did earlier, where we can say a 3 couldn't fit here, 3 couldn't fit here, and 8 couldn't fit here. 8 couldn't fit here, a 3 couldn't fit here, and a 3 couldn't fit here. So now with that in place, the 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still a pixel of wiggle room on it, but we can be a lot more definitive about it. That pixel filled in here, that gives us a left edge for our 3, and now there's only 1 left for the 4. We can do the same right here. Done. That means that there's now only 1 solution left that makes sense for these 3 4s. This pixel filled in and this pixel filled in gives us our 3 and our 4. Solution up here, the 3 just filled in the pixel that it needs. The other one has to be here. Done. That gives us a left edge for our 4. And we've got a top edge for our 4 here, which gives us the boundaries we need for our 8. There. Looking at our horizontal 2 here, it's got to have an X here. This has to be part of the 4. That's done. We can go ahead and X here, because that's our 5 and 4 already completed. Has to be in for our horizontal 3. Our 5 4. We've got our 4 there. Have to have a pixel filled in here for our vertical 4. That out, and also our horizontal 5. Need a pixel here to satisfy our horizontal 4. That completes also our vertical 3. Great. Need a pixel here for our 1. That completes this column for our vertical, and complete the 1 over here for this one. Row. The last pixel we need, the 6s. So we get this grimacing face. Someone puffing up their cheeks? I honestly don't know. Something on the verge of exploding, one way or the other. On to B02. B02 is 14 pixels wide and 15 pixels tall. At 14 pixels wide, you can say some stuff about the 8-1 here. So 8 in its leftmost arrangement would be like that, put 1 here, or 1 space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We know that these 4 pixels have to be filled in. There's only 4 pixels. Fortunately doesn't super help us. Alright, let's do 1 space, 1 space, 1 space, 2 space, 1 space, space 1. Alright, only one solution for this row. I'm sure that someone smarter than me would be able to look at that and know, but I can't do my head that fast. That doesn't look like a lot, but it's actually quite useful because we can look at our verticals and say, hey, we've got this vertical 2. It cannot reach over to here, and our vertical 1 on this side already completed. That gives us another pixel of certainty about our 8. Our 8 has to reach out to at least here. Get an X in here because there might be a 1 up here, but we couldn't get both 1s and then this be the 3. So that's some certainty about that. 1, 2, 3, 4 space 1 space 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. 2 space 1 space 1, 2. Yeah. Know that that's filled in like so. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 we know is going to be filled in here. Doesn't quite as much as I'd like, but it's 1 space 1 space 1, 2 space 1 space 1, 2. Alright, that's not quite as much as I'd like, but it's still something. As we've got 1 pixel of wiggle room, so 1, 2 space 2 space 1, 2 space 1 space. We get some pixels of certainty there. That now gives us something vertically. We can look at our vertical 2, 3, 3, 2 and say, all right, that has to be one of our 3s. Bada bing, bada boom. We can also look at this column and say, all right, could fit a 2 up here. This be part of the 4. Ah, damn, no. Okay, what I was about to say was, well, we can look at this one and say, all right, vertically this has to be a 1, because the row is nothing but 1s. And also look at this row. Say with that pixel filled in, it can't be anywhere. There can't be anything over here. So this pixel actually quite helped us. That lets us say couldn't fit a 5 over here. Couldn't fit a 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got a lot more certainty down here. Yeah. 7. Couldn't fit a 5 right here, which means that 5 is gonna have to fill in this pixel. Lets us X this guy out. We can look at our vertical and say, alright, 3 is gonna have to come to at least here. And the 4 is gonna have to come to at least here. That gives us one of our 2s. Horizontally. And we know that this is a 1, so we can X that out on each side, which means that we've got a top edge for our vertical 3. Nice. With that in place, we now know that our 5 could only reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couldn't reach to here. What else can we say? Looking at our horizontal 4, we know that the horizontal 4 would have to fill this picture. One space 4, 1, 2, 3 space 1. So we know that this pixel also has to be filled in for the horizontal 3 there, which means that we've completed this column. Lets us X a bunch out. For example, it lets us X out. Couldn't fit a 2 here horizontally. Ooh, this requires a 2, so that completes that and completes this entire row. That leaves only 1 pixel left for horizontal 8, 1. It does actually tell us where the rest of this column goes, and now we don't even have to like think about that column. Done. With that done, we can say, all right, horizontal 3 has to be done here. Horizontal 5 is gonna have to fill in this pixel. And really we knew that that pixel was gonna have to be filled in because the 5 here is gonna have to fill all of that in. That lets us narrow down the possibility space for this horizontal 2. Our horizontal 8 is gonna have to fill in these 2 pixels at the very least. That tells us that if this was part of the 4, this is definitely part of the 4, but if the 4 started here, 1, 2, 3, 4, vertical 4 couldn't reach up to here. And it might not even reach there. It might be 1, 2, 3, 4. So regardless, that then tells us our 5 horizontally can't reach to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives us a top edge for this 5. Finally, X this. We know that this is a horizontal 2, and this is also a horizontal 2, so it has to be like that. That gives us the rest of our vertical 5, which gives us the determination of where the rest of this horizontal 2 is, which gives us this vertical 2. That gives us our horizontal 2 here. This is horizontal 1. Great. That means we couldn't fit a vertical 2 here. Can't fit a vertical 2 here and then continue on to the 4. So that means that we know that this is done. That this horizontal 8 is done. 2, 4. Our vertical 4 has to be filling in there. We know that that's a 1. We know that this is a 1, so we can X those out. Alright, we've got a horizontal 2, so this has to be X'd out. That only leaves 1 pixel left for where that can go. That in turn tells us that there can't be a pixel here, because then our vertical 4 would be a vertical 5. So vertical 4 has to be there, which means we completed this row. Means that we also completed this column. With that column completed, a lot more about this horizontal 5. Know everything horizontal 7. Means that we now have a bottom edge for our vertical 4 that we needed. This can be closed, this can be closed because of the vertical 2s. Our horizontal 2 has to be here. That gives us a top edge for our vertical 3. Gives us a right edge for our horizontal 5, which gives us a bottom edge for our vertical 4. Ooh. That means that this has to be our vertical 2, one of our 1s, so this has to be another vertical 1, 5 there. So now let's look at our vertical 3 here. We've only got 4 pixels to work with, so that has to be there. This row only has 1s in it, so we can go ahead and X that out. This has to be X'd out as well. We're done with this. This column needs a 2. We've already got a pixel there, and now we're done with it. That means couldn't fit a horizontal 2 right here, so this has to be our horizontal 2. Go ahead and complete that. That means that our vertical 2 has to be right there. This row is therefore done because it just has the 1 pixel in it. With that completed, there's only 1 pixel left for this vertical 1. So we've completed the row. We've completed this horizontal 4, and there's only 1 pixel left for the horizontal 1, which means we completed this column. This column, we still need 1 pixel, so there we go. It leaves only 1, 1. That one, which completed this column, which means the last pixel has to be there. Got a flower, a little chompy flower guy. Look at him, he's... Alright, on to B03. B03 is 14 pixels wide and 14 pixels tall. We get a nice little gimme here with nothing on this row. That means that we couldn't fit a 5 here. End of eliminations. Damn. That does, unfortunately, not give us a ton to work with. But with this X'd out, that means that this 5 vertically is going to have to fill in this pixel, which lets us know that our horizontal 3 has to come out to at least here. And really, there's only one solution for... Is there only one? Oh, 1 space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, there's only one solution for this row. So X, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So also kind of a gimme row. This pixel here, that means that the 4 couldn't reach to here. Definitely can't reach down to here. Could not reach up to here. Tells us vertical 3 here can't move these pixels. Our 6, 5 here. 4, 5, 6, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 pixel wiggle room, so these are definitely filled in, and these are definitely filled in. With this pixel here, there's just the 1, 5 column, so got 4 out of 5 filled in. Really helps it. With with this pixel filled in, we can now say that the 4 is going to have to at least reach to here, and the 7 is going to have to reach to at least here. That lets us look at our vertical 2, 3, 2. Well, this is clearly the 3. Let's imagine that our horizontal 6 that we need, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still room for the 1 to also be in here, or the 1 could be over here, we don't know, but these 3 pixels have to be filled in by the 6. Okay, so imagining that the 5 came up to here, space 1, 2, or if the 5 didn't, if the 5 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 1, 2, this pixel has to be filled in. Tracks because we need a 7, and the 7 couldn't fit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, X. And also we couldn't fit a 5 right here. X that out. With this pixel filled in, that gives us some context. The 3 would have to reach to at least here on these verticals. That tells us a little bit about where the 5 would have to be. 5 could reach to here, then have the 4 here, or 5 could be over here. 1, 2, 4, 5, space 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that these 2 pixels have to be filled in. With these 2 pixels filled in, we know that the 4s, vertically, if they were up against the top, they would have to come to here. But because we've got these here, that means that the 4s couldn't come up to here. They just can't reach. That means that we can't fit our horizontal 6 here. That means that we've got 4 out of 6 pixels already filled in on this one. That does let us complete vertical 3s. Then we need some vertical 1s, and another vertical 1, a vertical 2, vertical 2. So we need a vertical 3 here, and a vertical 4. That's that complete. We can also look at this and say, alright, well, vertical 2, this has to be part of the 2, not room for anything else, so that's going to have to go there. Can be a little more confident about our 6 here. Our horizontal 6 is going to have to fill in those pixels. Fill in 1 pixel wiggle room. Same story over here with the 2, where there's 1 pixel wiggle room, so we know that this is in here, which means that we know where our 5 goes. That actually tells us that we have to have a pixel here because we couldn't fit the pixel here and still have a 1. Our horizontal 6 is basically laying claim to this spot one way or the other. It means that our vertical 5 over here is that, which gets us enough to fill out our horizontal 2. It's an upper edge for our vertical 4 over here. That tells us where the rest of our horizontal 7 is. We can use that to extrapolate where our horizontal 4 has to go. And also go ahead and X these off with those in place. Then lets us complete these 4s up here. That completes our horizontal 2. Looking at our vertical 2 here, we have to have this pixel filled in. And X this pixel out because the vertical 3 couldn't reach to it. Vertical 2 has been completed, so we can go ahead and X this out. That gives us a left edge for our horizontal 5. That gives us those 2 complete. Lets us round out our 6 here, which lets us complete our 2 here, our 3 here, which is 2. There's also the 4, which we can go ahead and fill in. We can also go ahead and fill in these 2 pixels for our vertical 3. we can look at our horizontals and say this pixel can't be filled in because this has to be part of the 3. This has to be the 2. If that pixel was filled in, then they wouldn't. They'd be a larger number. So that means we know where our 3 is. We know where our 2 is there. Fantastic. This and this have to be part of the 6. Has to be there. And in order to fit a 1 to the right of it, it has to be there, which gives us a right edge for it. Fantastic. Looking vertically, we need a 1. That's going to have to go there. And actually, looking horizontally, we've already got our 1, 1 completed. With those X's in place, complete our vertical 3 here. We complete our vertical 3 here. Our vertical 2 here. This is done. That gives us the right edge for our 3 and our 2 here. We need to close out our vertical 2 here and our vertical 4 here, which is this vertical 4. Lets us know where the 3 comes down to. Tells us where this horizontal 2 is. Horizontal 3. Get a vertical 3, so we can do that, which lets us close this out. Lets us complete our vertical 3 over here. A vertical 3 on this column. Go ahead and X all that out. Need a vertical 2 on this column, so that's got to be like that. Means that the last pixel right here and here. Get our nice little arm. Yeah. Rockman? Turban guy? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Turban guy. Alright, moving right along, let's do B04. B04 is 16 pixels wide and 15 pixels tall. Gosh, that's 16 pixels wide. Can't say anything about these 7s. We can say that this 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. We know that those 2 pixels have to be filled in. Go! What's up, Lax? Welcome in. These 2 pixels being filled in gives us context about our 5s up there. The 5s have to come down to at least here. Let's see, what else can we determine? So, we've got this vertical 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space 1, space 1, space 1, 2, 3. So there's 2 pixels of wiggle room there. So we know that 1, 2, 3 has to be filled in, and 1, 2, 5 have to be filled in there. This pixel in here, that means that we can start ruling some stuff out to the right of it. We know that the 8 would have to reach to at least here if it was leftmost aligned, and if we go to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 can't reach to over here. That means that we can't fit a 2 here, which means that we can't fit a horizontal 6 here. That drops our width down to 14, which unfortunately doesn't help us in terms of this horizontal. Oh well. But over here, we've got a horizontal 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it couldn't reach to here. Very similarly for the 5. The 5 could reach to here. 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't reach to here. Means that we can't fit a vertical 2 right here. What's up, Sig? Hope you have a good dinner. With this X'd out, we can't fit a horizontal 4 right here. Similarly, over here, can't fit a vertical 2, vertical 2, vertical 3, or a vertical 2 right here. Can't fit our horizontal 4 over here either. Still not enough. Still not a small enough area for us to start making any Venn diagrams with our 4, but hey, it's something. Um, let's see, what else can we say with any confidence? Let's look at this the vertical 2 space 1 space 1 space 1 space 1 2 3 4. So there's 2 pixels of wiggle room on this, which does actually help us because it means the lowest arrangement of the 4, 1 2 3 4, has to fill in these 2. So call this off. With this pixel here, we can fill in all of these because this has to be part of the 7, which means that we can rule out all of these because we couldn't fit, the 7 wouldn't reach. 7 not being able to reach here, that means that we couldn't fit a 3 here. It means that we can't, vertical 3 here, which means that we can't fit a horizontal 5 here or a horizontal 4 here. Horizontal 5 is going to have to fill in these pixels, and our horizontal 4 is going to have to fill in this pixel. That finally gives us a bottom edge for our vertical 5 here. And I think, gosh dang it, I'm such an idiot. There was only one possible solution for vertical 535. We've really taken the long way around to get to that. That's okay. That lets us rule this pixel out. But looking over here, we've got another, oh no, another 535. So again, kinda only one solution to it. Gosh, I'm an idiot sometimes. One more pixel of certainty here, and another pixel of certainty here. So with all of that ruled out, anything about the 7 2? 1 2 space 1 2 3 4 5 7, or 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So get some additional certainty about this. Ooh, and actually looking at our horizontal, we've got a horizontal 2 4 1. Well, this clearly has to be our 4s here. It does tell us, hey, this 2 has to be like this, and this horizontal 3 has to be like this. With these in place, know that the vertical 4 couldn't reach up to here. And we could have figured that out anyways from our horizontal 6. It couldn't reach over to here, nor could it reach here. Horizontal 8 also couldn't reach to here, which means that vertical 2 couldn't fit here, which means horizontal 9 can't fit here. That means that horizontal 9 here is going to have to come to it here, which lets us know vertical 2 here has to go like that. That gives us a right edge for our horizontal 6. Great, because that gives us a top edge for our vertical 3, our 7 out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. X these out. X this out. X out, that means X this out for our vertical 2. And we now know that that's our first vertical 2, and so it has to be. We could have a 1 right here, space 1, 2, 3. Or this could be the 1 and the 3 could be right here, and that is vastly more likely. So either way, we know that this doesn't have anything here. And actually, while we're on the topic, if it was 1 space 1, 2, 3, well, then this would have to be part of the 2, and there's not room for it. So we can deduce that that has to be like that. That gives us a top edge for our vertical 2 here, and we've completed our vertical 6. That means this has to be one of our 2s. The other 2 horizontally has to be here, and this has to be a 3. That gives us the entire column here and a top edge for our vertical 2 here. That gives us a left edge for this 3. That means that this has to be our 5, so it's going to have to reach to at least here. Top edge for our vertical 2 here, and we've got the row. Know that we've got a bottom edge for our vertical 4 here, and a top edge for our vertical 3, so that's completing that out. That gives us a left edge for our horizontal 4 right here. Which gives us some confidence about where the vertical 2 here goes. Our horizontal 4 has to go here, and this is clearly one of the 3s. That completes our vertical 2 here. We need another vertical 2 here, which means this pixel has to be filled in for the remaining vertical 2. That gives us a left edge for this horizontal 7. Gives us a bottom edge for this vertical 2. Completed by accident this horizontal 3. Know that we can't fit a vertical 2 here, or a vertical 3 here. It gives us a right edge for our horizontal 7. Means that we've completed our vertical 2 and our vertical 3 here. Still need one more pixel. That goes here. That means that we have completed our horizontal 5. We've also got a top edge now for our vertical 4. And we need 2 more 1s, and there's only 2 open pixels, so those have to go there. This is a right edge for our 2 here. We did this row. I'm sorry, left edge. And we've got a left edge for our 3 here. Still need a 3 over here. So that's going to have to go in here. You can look at this pixel and say that's a bottom edge for our vertical 3 here. This pixel has to be the bottom edge for a vertical 2. This has to be part of a 5. There's only 1 pixel of wiggle room on it. We've got a horizontal 8 that's already been completed. That means that our vertical 5 has to go here. We've completed our horizontal 3 here. Other horizontal 3 has to go here. Means that our 2 vertically has to go here, and also our horizontal 2 has to have at least 1 pixel here. The remaining pixel can't be here because of our vertical 2 already being completed, which means that our last pixel has to be there. Get this little fella. The miner, the dwarf, don't super know what the proper name for these guys are. Miners. Sim done. Let's go on to B05. B05 is 13 pixels wide and 12 pixels tall. At 13 pixels wide, these 13 pixel rows are completely filled in, so they're nice little gimmies. And with 2 pixels filled in, this vertical 3 is going to have a pixel here. Vertical 5 is going to have a pixel here. Same story over here. Looks like this is a horizontally symmetric. Or I'm sorry, vertically symmetric design. That trims that down nicely. We've also got a left edge for our 4, 3, 4. That's that row also complete. Looking vertically, we've got a 4, 3, 1. Well, this has to be the 3. 4, I have to occupy these 3 here. That does not leave much wiggle room for this horizontal 2, 3, 2. 3 could slosh a little bit either way, but that's all we can say for certain about that. That means that this vertical 5 couldn't reach down to here and couldn't up any of these pixels. Here. That means, well, we've got these pixels have to be filled in because we've only got one line on this row and this row. That means that we've already completed our horizontal 7. Our horizontal 9 has to fill in these pixels. That gives us a bottom edge for our vertical 3s here. Here. That gives us this row completed, and this row completed. Gives us a completed 2 here. Got a top edge for our 3. Got to complete this 8. 1 in there now. Top edge for this 3. Top edge for this 2. Top edge for the 4. With those in place, that gives us a left and right for our horizontal 2s. Still need another 2 in here, 1, and another 1, and another 2, which have only solution. These are vertical 5s. Our vertical 6s have also been completed in the process. Got some horizontal 2s that are going to have to go here. Our vertical 3, 4 is going to have to go there, which leaves only one. That to go. Leaves this row, which means our horizontal 2 has to go here, which means our vertical 2 has to go here and here, and we're done. Their face. With that, is it a dragon face? I feel like there's a lot of dragon faces. Dragon face. Just have a dragon face. Oh, there's this one. That is also a dragon face. Let's do one more. This is B06. B06 is only 8 pixels wide and 11 pixels tall. 8 pixels wide, that's 2 pixels of wiggle room for this horizontal 6. No wiggle room for the horizontal 8. For this horizontal 8. With this pixel filled in and this pixel filled in, our vertical 5 has to fill in. It does over here, which means that it can't reach here or here, which means we now know where our horizontal 6 has to go. This gives us a bottom edge for our vertical 7, our vertical 3, 1, 1, 7. Got a left edge now for our horizontal 3, horizontal 3. We've already completed this row. Got to complete out this row for our 3 there, which gives us the rest of our 5 here. That's with only 4 pixels for this horizontal 4. We can X this out and this out and this out because we've already completed the row. Need to fit a 2 in here, 2 in here, so that's vertically, so that pixel's gonna have to be horizontal 4 is gonna have to fill these. Can't do anything here or here. Row is actually completed. This has to be a 1. This has to be a 1. This has to be a 1. Need a pixel here and a pixel here to complete that row, and here and a pixel here. Complete the image. There we go. B06. Possibly a bottle. Alright, let's do one more. Let's do B07. B07 is 10 pixels wide and 7 pixels tall with a gimme right at the beginning with the 0 column. 0 column means that we can't fit anything over here. That means that we've now only got 8 pixels available for that in place. We can go ahead and fill in verticals. Vertical 3 is going to have to go fill in that. 1, 1, 1, 1. Vertical 3 have to fill in that. We also need ones here, a one over here to come 6, 1 horizontally, which means we completed the vertical one here and here, and there we go. Out of context, I'm not sure what this is. Okay, like toaster oven? I'm gonna say toaster oven. Alright. One more. We'll do B08. B08 is 11 pixels wide and 11 pixels tall. That means that our 7 is gonna have to fill in pixels. Sorry. Brain bad. Curious one space. 2 pixels of wiggle room. So know that this pixel filled in. The rest of it worked on. Looking at this column, 1, 2, space 1, 2, space 3, space 1. There's only one solution for this column. Go ahead and link that in. So either this pixel is part of the 3, this one, or it's a 1. Either way, this has. Looking at this row and this row, we've got these horizontal 4s, which means they can't reach here or over to here. That fortunately doesn't get us very much. Looking at this though, go ahead and say we have made a mistake. When did we make that mistake? Right there. I X'd something that I didn't. I should stop recording soon. You can put this X back. Really hope, but it's something. Alright. Now. Right, so on this column, confidently say that these have to be in for part of the 6. Highest arrangement of the 6 comes down to here. Lowest arrangement, 1 space 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So these pixels definitely filled in that 6. That tells us, all right, this has to be part of the 3. That means this pixel can't be filled in. Which tells us this pixel has to be filled. These pixels can't be filled. That means we've got one more pixel of certainty for our 7 over here. It also means we couldn't fit the 3 and the 2, so this has to be part of the 3 that couldn't fit over here. That gives us an extra pixel of certainty on our 6. 6 has to go here. That our 4 have to go at least to here, which means that this is also part of it, which means hopeful. Bam. If that is... Alright. We can fit a 2 up here, but we can't fit two 2s up here. Couldn't fit a 2 right here. So this has to be one of the 2. This has to be like this. The other 2's up here somewhere. This pixel gives us 1 extra pixel of certainty on our horizontal 4. And this X gives us complete certainty on this 4. That means we now know another pixel about our vertical 6. Also look at our vertical 3 here and say it's got to come up to at least here. Look at our horizontal 1, 3 and say, alright, well we know where all of you is now. That gives us an upper edge for our vertical 2. That gives us 1 more pixel of certainty about our horizontal 4. Also, we've completed our vertical 2 here. Vertical 2 has to go here. Couldn't fit a vertical 2 here. Completes our 4 there. Horizontal 7 can't reach into there now. Means that horizontal 7 has to come to it here. That gives us a bottom edge for this vertical 2. This is a 1, which means that our horizontal 2 has to go here. That our vertical 4 has to go up to at least there and can't go up to here. That means that this horizontal 2 can't reach to any of this, which means that our vertical 2 here has to come to here. Means that our 7 is complete, which means that our vertical 4 is over here. Horizontal 1 can't reach to here. Horizontal 3 has to be to here. Gives us our vertical 2. Vertical 4 would have to fill these in. The horizontal 1, we've already completed a horizontal 2 here. That means this is one of the 2s, this is one of the 2s, neither one of them can here. With our horizontal 3 completed, this has to be our horizontal 1. That tells us our vertical 2 can't fit here, has to be couldn't fit a horizontal 2 here without it touching and becoming a 3, so that means that these have to be separate. That's that completed, which gives us the rest of the context we need for our vertical 4. Completed this row. We need this to be a horizontal 2, so that goes there. The other horizontal 2s have to be over here. Vertically, we can look at it and say, alright, that's a 2, that's a 1. This is a vertical 2. Checks out with our horizontal 2s. Our vertical 6 is going to have to come to at least here. We need a vertical 3, so that pixel has to be filled in. X'd out. That pixel has to be filled in. Get ourselves a nice little rose round out session. Alright, that is Nonograms 100 through B08. Appreciate you guys watching. I will see you next one. Bye.